Just finished the bottom of page 81. We're going to continue along starting at 82. Beside that little information, the ride was silent. Other than his questions back at the church, he didn't ask anything about her or her life. The wagon pulled by two draft horses bumped along the road. Through the late afternoon sun, Joanna began to wonder if she had made a big mistake by ever stepping foot on that train. So here we have Joanna and Henry going back to his home, and Joanna kind of feeling uncertain about it. We come to chapter 5, page 83. Joanna had seen dirty in New York. She knew what grime and filth and thousands of people living on top of each other looked like, but nothing prepared her for the first sight of her new home. As the door swung open, she was greeted with the overwhelming smell of dirty diapers. As her eyes adjusted to the gloom of the room, details of the home came into focus. Stacks of dirty dishes, piles of clothing on the floor, and finally, a soot-covered face leaning over the wood-burning stove. She stood frozen in the doorway, appalled. Upon taking in the scene for himself, Henry pushed back her and attended to the sputtering stove. Now, I want you to capture this attention. Some of you have siblings at home, so you know what dirty diapers smell like, and dirty dishes in the sink and whatnot. And this was her first impression when she walked in this place. So you can imagine how she's feeling. "I'm sorry, Pa," said the soot-covered face. "Jeremy showed me how before he went out to the barn, but I guess I messed it up." "Nah, nothing hurt, Janie. It'll be fine," he said as he stirred the flames back to life. "Who's that?" asked Janie. "Oh, yeah, her. That's Joe." Henry struggled to remember her name. "Joanna," Joanna supplied. Right. She's come to help us." "That's a girl?" Janie exclaimed. "Hey," Joanna shouted, "you don't look like much one right now either." "Enough, the two of you," Henry roared. "But Pa, how is she supposed to help us when she can't even look after herself?" Janie said. Joanna rarely backed down from a fight, but she had to admit that the girl made a good point. A piercing cry shocked them all into silence. "Ugh, now you've done it," Janie groaned, eyeing Joanna viciously as she stomped to the cradle that sat in the corner of the room. Viciously, I think, is one of your vocabulary words. "You," Henry said, jabbing a finger in Janie's direction, "take care of Johnny. And you," he said, pointing at Joanna, "you clean up this mess. I'm heading to the barn to help Jeremy." With an audible sigh that sounded more like a growl, he left the house, slamming the door behind him, causing baby Johnny to begin wailing anew. Audible sigh means he kind of went, "Ah," like that. And of course, the baby's crying now. That brings us to chapter 6. We're through page 85, and you need to do the next slide, which I believe is slide 12 in your orphan train slide deck.